What is good, credit people, and welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Bobbalam cutting off Pinocchio's dick. Nose, because I'm sensing a lot of liars here. Who is lying? Megan Thee Stallion or Tory Lanez? Because there's hella contradicting evidence on both sides. So today I just thought that we would analyze it. Now, short answer, we have no idea who actually did it. And Tory Lanez does in fact have a court case for this exact lawsuit or criminal case in regards to Megan Thee Stallion in October apparently. So I guess we'll find out then. Even in his lyrics in some of his songs that he released a couple days ago, he's apparently facing like 8 years or something like that. So again, I just thought that we would figure out as the Bob gang who is lying, especially because there's a few pieces of juicy information that may or may not be true, which could potentially sway the public opinion and the truth on one side or the other, including a little rumor that Tory may have been smacking Megan Thee Stallion's friend too, but we'll get to that very soon. So without further ado, Tory Lanez versus Megan Thee Stallion. Which one of you hoes is telling the truth? Let's talk about it. Okay, so as I mentioned before, Tory Lanez released his statement, or I guess lyrics, in his songs a couple days ago on a new album called Daystar, wherein he pretty much addressed all the allegations of shooting Megan Thee Stallion, because before this, Megan Thee Stallion was portraying this story on her Instagram Live and among many other posts, claiming that she was shot by Tory Lanez after they got in an argument or something like that after going to Kylie Jenner's pool party. And she even included pictures of her foot, which had bullet fragments in it, allegedly at least, even though the original police report only claimed that she stepped on glass and those were the causes of her wounds. However, she also claimed after the fact that she only told the police that it was glass so that she wouldn't snitch on Tory Lanez, because we find out a couple days after the whole incident slash altercation that Tory and Megan Thee Stallion were smacking cheeks together for months prior, and that's actually the reason that they left Kylie Jenner's party together and all that. That's all old information though. For yesterday, in addition to the album that we also discussed on live stream yesterday, more information may have come out supporting both sides of the story, meaning Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion. The first source that I want to discuss is a story from Complex, wherein, according to the author and an alleged source that has not been named and remains completely anonymous, they claim before firing 4 shots at Megan Thee Stallion's feet, Tory Lanez allegedly told her, "Dance, bitch." And then, desperate to fix his mistake, he offered hush money to cover it up. Now, this completely aligns with Megan Thee Stallion's story, in which she said that Tory Lanez shot her foot directly, but it directly opposes Tory Lanez's side, and that in the album, as I've mentioned several times in his lyrics, he denies all allegations that he even touched a woman in his life. Some of the lyrics denying this allegation include, on Money Over Fallouts, rapping, "Gotta see a couple questions, how the fuck you get shot in your foot, don't hit no bones or tendons," basically alluding to the fact that if you get shot in your foot, since it's pretty much all bone and no flesh and just straight up tendons, if you get shot no matter where in your foot, you'll pretty much always get injured in your tendons or bones, essentially claiming Megan Thee Stallion as lying, as he clearly said in some of his other lyrics. But in Megan Thee Stallion's defense, apparently her foot had bullet fragments, not necessarily a bullet, because Tory Lanez apparently shot the ground and then the bullet hit the ground and split and then went inside her foot, rather than a whole bullet that's, I don't even know how big, that went in her foot. Another line where Tory Lanez tries to prove that Megan Thee Stallion was lying was in Sorry But I Had To, wherein he rapped, "If you got shot from behind, how can you identify me?" Wherein Megan Thee Stallion says that she was shot from behind when she got out of the car because Tory Lanez and her had an argument. So Tory's saying, "How did you know it was me?" Because it could have been Tory Lanez's bodyguard, or it could have been Kelsey, which was one of Megan's friends that was with her at the incident. Oh, and while we're on Kelsey, there's some new information regarding her, and that Tory Lanez and her may have had an affair while he was dating Megan Thee Stallion, or whatever you want to call it, smacking her cheeks. Wherein on the song Joke's on Me in the Daystar album, Tory Lanez raps, "I hope it was fun, me and your best friend, we had a thing, but that was something. She real as fuck, you could have told her, but you dead wrong. Instead you left her out for dead. Girl, is your head gone? Fuck is the loyalty." So I'm not really sure what's going on with that, but someone on Genius in the annotations had the same idea as me, in which they said Tory is saying here that he and someone's potentially Megan Thee Stallion's best friend had a relationship going on, but then him and Megan started fooling around and she didn't tell her best friend, which could add some causation or motivation behind the fact of Megan Thee Stallion conspiring with Roc Nation and the industry to take Tory Lanez down, for the friends likely have animosity by wanting the same man. That's just common sense. Plus, by the way, Megan Thee Stallion is signed to Roc Nation via a management deal. In Tory Lanez lyrics, he refers to Roc Nation and the whole industry trying to cancel him after he went completely independent and bought all of his masters back from Jay-Z, who he also dissed many times in this album. Essentially, in this conspiracy that Tory explicates, he claims that similar to Michael Jackson and Prince, who bought back their masters, they both died shortly after they got their masters back, because then the industry and the record labels had no way of accruing money off of their success. In fact, on the song Sorry But I Had To, again, he raps, when Michael Jackson, Prince, they got masters back, what happened? Tory Lanez got his masters back just now, and look what happened. And obviously Tory Lanez is currently getting canceled. However, the tides may be switching to Tory Lanez side, as I've been seeing on social media, where more people are starting to support his side rather than Megan's. Even Trippie Redd was the first rapper, at least in my realm that I follow, to support Tory Lanez publicly on Instagram by reposting his cover art of his album and even tagging Tory Lanez. But according to Megan Thee Stallion's PR team, it seems as though Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion's PR teams are having a furious battle of trying to get the public opinion on their side, wherein Megan Thee Stallion's team, according to TMZ, accuses Tory Lanez reps of smear campaign against her, essentially to get the public opinion on Tory's side, because right now I believe all of his Spotify monthly listeners have gone down at least somewhat, and it's definitely affecting his career negatively, although I feel like this album is doing relatively well from all of the attention with the Megan Thee Stallion situation. But moreover, Megan's team alleges Tory's camp is creating fake emails in an effort to plant false stories about Megan Thee Stallion in the media. Her attorney stated specifically, "We have been made aware of manipulated text messages and invented email accounts that have been disseminated to the media in a calculated attempt to peddle a false narrative about the events that occurred on July the 12th, which is when the shooting occurred." And then they attached an apparent false email from a fake Gmail account that apparently Tory Lanez reps are trying to act like Roc Nation reps, attempting to smear Tory Lanez's career. In this exact email, they said, "Hey, I have some information if you are interested. I work promotions at Live nightclub here in Miami, and a rep from Roc Nation called us a little while back trying to get in touch with Chris, aka Prince, and told us it was about a legal matter. Then I saw today that Prince just filed a lawsuit against Tory Lanez." Now, Roc Nation denies any involvement in the lawsuit, but essentially what Megan's team is saying is that Tory Lanez is trying to plant fake evidence in the media to prove that Megan Thee Stallion and Roc Nation influenced the plaintiff, aka the person who filed the lawsuit against Tory Lanez. But in Tory Lanez's defense, wouldn't this mean that Megan Thee Stallion is also committing to a smear campaign against Tory Lanez, whether she's justified or not? So at this point, it just seems like both people are getting petty. They're both trying to fight over the public opinion. We really don't know who actually is lying in this situation. All I know is that before Tory Lanez spoke up a couple days ago, pretty much everyone was on Megan Thee Stallion's side, and now people are starting to sway towards Tory Lanez's side, even though Megan Thee Stallion's side of the story is pretty solid. I mean, she got shot, she literally went to the hospital, there's pictures of her wounds. But what I'm wondering is, why isn't Kelsey, the other girl in the car, speaking up about Tory Lanez if he literally shot her? I mean, are they really trying to be that gangster and real? Well, speaking of her, other than the fact that apparently Tory Lanez and her had an affair maybe before Megan Thee Stallion or during Megan Thee Stallion's relationship with Tory Lanez, she is apparently going to speak up very soon, as a random commenter, I believe it's an anonymous person who made a fake account to say what they needed to say, commented, "I want to say this and I won't say anything about this. I provided clothes for Megan when I first opened my boutique, and it's been plenty of times when Tory was around Megan, gets drunk and becomes very disrespectful and physically abusive. I'm not saying that Megan is lying about what happened because I wasn't there. I was only in her condo the previous day when I dropped clothes off to her, and she was indeed drunk and again very aggressive to Tory. I feel that it's three sides to every story because something is not right. And before y'all start that protect black women, I am a black woman. Megan is heaven sent and most deaf and an amazing person, but she's still grieving her grandmother and mother, and she abuses alcohol, and it turns her into a different person. But you guys will see when Kelsey speaks, and she will be speaking soon. I saw her yesterday as I dropped clothes off to her, but she has a story to tell, and I just want to say it ain't too far from what Tory is saying." So basically, this anonymous source is saying that Tory Lanez did not shoot Megan Thee Stallion, and that Megan Thee Stallion may be abusing alcohol, as Tory Lanez claimed in one of his songs, wherein he said, "Like how that 1942 from Kylie House still got you talking crazy," alluding to the fact that Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion might have gotten in a fight over Megan Thee Stallion getting jealous about him flirting with Kylie Jenner. I mean, Tory Lanez even even admitted to having a crush on Kylie in one of these songs, and that's what instigated the fight in the first place, due to Megan's drunk jealousy over knowing that Tory Lanez liked Kylie Jenner and wanted to hide inside of her butt cheeks like Travis Scott. But for all we know, this comment was another fake piece of media planted by Tory Lanez's PR team, just as everything else, so Megan Thee Stallion could be spitting straight facts. I mean, literally this whole album and everything that's going on with Tory Lanez regaining the public perception could also be a marketing ploy, whereas he did in fact shoot Megan Thee Stallion and then wrote a whole album about it and telling her he loved her through the lyrics, all the while denying all the allegations just so it seemed like he was actually innocent. Either way, Tory Lanez is honestly a genius for figuring out how to do all this and actually gaining back the public opinion, because I thought he could never come back from this. But again, with so many factors that are contradicting each other in the media, there's really no way to know for sure, so I guess maybe this video was a waste of time, but I just thought I'd give y'all all the facts and theories, because like one of them has to be right? So with that, it's your boy Bobbalam signing off, likely lying to every single one of you, because the real truth probably lies within the middle of Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion, somewhere in the middle with Kelsey coming through with the facts very soon. Let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think Tory Lanez shot Megan Thee Stallion, or do you think Megan Thee Stallion's telling the real truth of what happened? Make sure to like and subscribe while you're at it for the latest hip-hop news, drama, and analysis videos, as well as follow me on all my socials in the description, or join the Bob Gang if you with it. Peace out, crowded people. Know what I'm saying?